Hi guys, this is Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet, and this is a crochet and chat. Quite a bit has been going on. I'm gonna wind this up a little bit. I just tied on the new skein. I finished one skein on the 5-pointed star blanket that I'm gonna call the Under the Sea blanket because it reminds me of a starfish. But one skein, let me pull this out a bit so I can show you. Take that out of my mouth. One skein did this much on it. It is all wobbly because it's 6-pointed. I said 5, I think. It's 6-pointed. But I love the middle. It kind of reminds me of the decoration that's on a sand dollar, actually. But this is going to be a starfish. There's many different armed starfish. I don't know if there's a 6-armed starfish, but I know that there's more than 5. I've seen them. There's ones that got a lot of them. So anyway, it got me that far, one skein, so I know that my 4 skeins are going to be enough to do the blanket. I know because I made a 12-pointed star one with 4 skeins, and it was plenty. Okay, so you're going to see some damage. I fell. I was walking from my kitchen into my living room, and I lost my balance, and I fell forward. I kind of like shot forward. You know, as of this morning, 192. I lost 1 pound since our last video. Probably water weight. But anyway, I fell and kind of launched forward and fell on my right side in between my living room and my kitchen because I shot forward. And there's a metal lip because there's a tiny, about this big step up into my kitchen. And they put a metal coping or whatever you want to call it on the edge, and it's kind of it's got long raised strips. It's hard to say, but if you look at the metal, it's crimped in a way that it's got like a skid plate on it basically, and my arm went onto that as I was going forward, and luckily I got my arm up and fell like this. Otherwise I would have hit my head on the side where I already have diabetic retinopathy in my eye, which would have been really bad. Plus I could have knocked myself out, maybe done worse. So I am, to say the least, extremely sore. This happened yesterday morning, and you know the next day is never good. My knee, my thigh, my hip, and my shoulder, and just the muscles that are across here and in my back, a part of my shoulder blade muscles. Sorry, my hair is really a mess. I just washed and combed it. So, you know, sorry about my arm, but doing this and stuff kind of hurts all over. But I keep doing it to keep myself more limber. But even just walking on my knee, my knee tries to give out. So I have to make sure. I was supposed to be using my walker, but in the house I've gotten braver, which is actually code for stupider. And sorry, I'm going to take a drink. My throat's dry. I'm drinking coffee in my Christmas mug because I use those all year round. But anyway, I should have been using my walker. And you should have saw Kage. He was just rubbing just frantically all over me and booping my nose, kind of giving it kisses, you know. He knew something was wrong. And I just thought that was amazing. This is the first time I've ever gotten hurt that he's been around to see it. And he really, like, he'll sleep on me when I'm sick, but he sleeps on me all the time, so I didn't notice that as a protective gesture until yesterday. And I'm assuming that he is very aware of when I'm not feeling good, and I just thought it was he wanted to sleep on me, attention. But anyway, so I couldn't get up off the floor. I don't have that kind of strength, even though I've lost a lot of weight and I'm more mobile now. I cannot, my knees cannot support getting me. They're both basically trashed, and I've had the what do you call those guys for bones? Well, anyway, he's a surgeon who takes care of the IU basketball. He does the surgery for them. And well, it might be the U of L. Yeah, it's the U of L. The U of L one. Whatever that's called. It's been such a long time since I saw him. But he said both my knees were totally needing to be replaced. And I'm like, as long as I can get around on them, I am not going through that kind of surgery. We can't afford it. And until it gets to the point where I just can't stand it anymore, I'm not going to do it. Because, for one, they only last a certain amount of years. Last I heard, it was like 10 years. It could be different now because it's been a long time since I saw him. But, and I am 52. And so that means that at some point in my life, I'd have to have it done again. And surgeries are outrageous, and I'd have to have 2 of them because you can't do both knees. He said he could, but it would be just an insane amount of thing to go through for one person who already has a ton of pain issues to begin with. So I was like, no, I'm still functioning. I'll just deal with that when I come to it. When I absolutely have to and don't have any other choice. So that's where I'm at with that. That was a long trip down a, what was a tangent? But anyway, so I just, I'm not going to have that done. But anyway, so really, really long story short, I am just taking it easy, not trying to make anything worse, but also trying to move everything so I don't get totally stiffed up. My knee won't totally straighten anyway, and it is definitely stiff and not bending all the way out today. So I'll probably be using my wheelchair, which I don't like to do because I've progressed to using my walker and I want to just keep using that, but also I think I would hurt myself too bad. So for a couple of days until it eases off a bit, I am going to not use my walker, and then hopefully it gets better. I already had an appointment to see my doctor next Friday, so I'm just going to tell her about it then. I'm not having any blurry vision besides what I already have in this eye, and I don't seem to have any breaks. Nothing is, showing that I've had a break or anything like that, so I'm just going to tell her about what happened on next Friday. Me and my husband both have an appointment that day, so I'll address it then. And if I'd have hit my head, like, not on my arm, I would have went in and had a scan because I've had a stroke and stuff like that, and it just makes more sense to be cautious. But x-rays and MRIs and all that stuff and CAT scans or whatever, it costs money, and I just had all that done when I had my blood pressure issues. So I haven't got that bill yet, and I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, 2026. I've had my first cold, my first fall. I don't even want to know what the next first is going to be. But so today, to brighten it up a little bit, because it's my birthday month, we're going to do something, maybe go out for a dinner. My husband's off, but he's off helping my dad at the moment. But we might go out for a dinner. I know I want to go see a movie, but I don't know if the movie's out in theaters yet. And I forget what it's called, but y'all, if you guys like a little bit of comedy, murder mystery type thing, there's a new one I saw, and I don't go to the theater unless it's a good, like a new Star Wars or, new Star Trek, just a really good movie, right? So, there is two I want to see, but the one that I'm talking about is he's Hugh Jackman, and he's a sheep farmer, and he reads his sheep at night before he goes to bed for the night, murder mysteries out of this book, and come to find out they're all talking about it after he goes to bed, and he gets murdered, and that's something they show in the trailer, so I'm not any spoiler alerts, and I haven't seen it yet, so I couldn't spoil it if I wanted to. Just from the trailer, he gets murdered, and the sheep decide they're going to figure out who did it, and it's my kind of humor, and just sweet and funny, but not. Some people may call it goofy because the animals talk, but I've always loved that kind of thing. Like if you've ever read the story book Bunnicula when you were a kid, where the dogs and the animals talk, or there's also another one, Hank the Cow Dog. If you haven't read your children Hank the Cow Dog, you should check that one out. It's old, but so good. It's so funny and heartwarming, and just like Bunnicula, good reads for the kids. I used to read my son. Sorry, I got a little spot that was itchy. I used to read my son. I'm choking myself. Where is my necklace? It's back on my neck. I used to read my son Hank the Cow Dog and Bunnicula before he'd go to bed. Well, I read him all kinds of things, but those are some of the ones. And just really good books to read for the kids. It opens up their imagination. I just think it's good. I love anything with animals in it. I really liked that movie, Secret Life of Pets. I thought that was really super cute. And I'm not really into horror. I do like murder mysteries, but I like the ones that are more like you have to figure it out. You're trying to solve the whodunit. Those are the kinds that I like. And, I really was into Sherlock Holmes as a kid. I read the original Sherlock Holmes stories. I love all the shows that have Sherlock Holmes in it, even the elementary one. I thought that one was really good. All the styles of Sherlock Holmes. I've seen the English versions of the show, and I gotta say, I prefer the English versions. I think but maybe it's because that's where he was supposed to have been from, the character, not the person. I don't know where the person was from, but come to find out, neat little side tangent. The guy who wrote Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote the murder or Sherlock Holmes murder mysteries, he is. Some people say that he is the father of the modern forensics stuff, like we see CSI and stuff like that, and all the stuff that they do on those shows. That a lot of that came from him. And I don't know exactly how true all that is, but I would believe it because of all the things he did way back before we had all those things. But anyway, so I like puzzles and figuring things out. And so that's the kind of books that I read. But anyway, and talk about a movie. That's the movie that I want to go see. And I want to get a big pretzel with cheese to dip it in. And my husband will get a big soda. And I'll take sips of his soda because I can't have soda. So I'll just take a few little sips. And if later on, if I'm still hungry, we'll go out to eat. But that won't probably be today because I don't think that movie's out yet. I could be wrong. It could already be in theaters. But I forget what the name of the movie is, though. So y'all have to look up Hugh Jackman and his latest movie. Oh, you know what? I got my phone. I could do it. Let's see. Come on, don't be slow. Hugh Jackman's latest movie. Well, it's not The Death of Robin Hood. Oh, well, Song Sung Blue, that's one of the movies, but that's not it. Oh, well, that one must be so popular that they're not talking about, okay. Hugh Jackman's, sheep movie. The Sheep Detectives. It says, the release is for May 2026, so it's not going to come out until May. So it's going to be a while. That's sad. I would have liked to seen it this month, but that's not going to be one of the movies we go watch. Which I don't think we were going to go today anyway. But it also has, the sheeps are voiced by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think she played on Seinfeld, Elaine. Patrick Stewart, who we all know, Star Trek. And Bryan Cranston, I think he was on Malcolm in the Middle as the dad. But the main, he's the main character for a little bit. Hugh Jackman, because he gets killed in that one. But I just love him in movies anyway. I like the Marvel movie, Wolverine, all the ones where he played Wolverine. I like the one where he is a character that comes back from the past, like in the, not quite the turn of the century, or it could be the beginning of the turn of the, when it turned from the 1800s to the 1900s. And Meg Ryan was his co-star, and it's modern day, but he comes from the past, and it's about the same time the elevator got, or he could be the guy who invented the elevator. I can't remember it, but that was a really good movie. I liked that one a lot. It was a romantic comedy. Not something that a kid couldn't watch. It was, clean and funny, and I really liked that movie. But anyway, So I won't be going to see that movie for sure today. Probably go out somewhere to eat. I like to get Japanese food or Chinese food, or I like to get a steak occasionally. I really like a good steak. I am not vegan or vegetarian. I do like vegetables a lot, and I probably could live off of them, but I do like a steak or fish. I really like fish. But anyway, so yeah, it's kind of windy out. You can hear my wind chimes going. They're blowing on the porch. My dad had to work on his truck, and my husband went to help him. And so I don't know when he's coming back, so I thought I'd just do this little crochet and chat. We're 20 minutes in. I may stop it here in about 9 minutes. My mom just texted me. I may have to stop and answer a phone call if she sends it, because she's worried about me because I fell. I called her while I was trying to get myself up. I had to scoot to the couch and pull myself up because my legs aren't strong enough, and my arms are stronger because of that. And I had her on the phone for moral support. Luckily, I carry my phone everywhere, so I had it with me if I needed to call 911 to get, some firemen to come over and help me. But that would have been really embarrassing. I'm glad I could do it myself. So I always take my phone with me in the house wherever I walk around the house. But I do got it programmed to say, "Hey phone," which I'm not going to say the name, and dial emergency, which it won't just dial 911 anymore. I guess maybe too many people, or maybe just children were saying it. I don't know. But if you program, and I have an old iPhone SE, it's really old. But anyway, if you program your phone to dial a name, which I named it emergency. So I'll just say, "Hey phone, dial emergency," and it'll dial 911 for me. So I don't, but of course, I don't say phone, I say the name. Kage, are you going to get in the camera way? You coming to check on your mom? Am I crocheting and I just can't do it? Oh, sorry you guys. Didn't mean for you to see his behind. But anyway, I guess I probably better get off of here, because in any minute he's going to want to get in my lap, and I know my mom's going to call and check on me because I haven't answered that text, and she'll be worried about me, which is cool. I'm glad she calls and checks up on me. But anyway, I did one row while I was talking to you. But let me see, which side is the... Yeah, I tied the new string on over here. I got one. Well, no, actually, I didn't do one row. Did I? Nope, I just did from where I tied it on. Well, I did a little bit of crocheting while I was talking to you. I do more, but the video's getting long, and I'm trying to keep them not as long so people actually watch them. I know people don't watch all the way through. I don't watch all the way through a lot of the times because I have a lot of things that I have to do, crochet-wise, so that I can make videos for the channel. But I'm glad I got to visit with you guys today. I hope you're being little joy bombs in your corner of the world, sharing your passion, sharing your craft. I got out of sync. I could have knocked something loose in there. Sharing your craft, sharing your passion, sharing your joy. And if you can't do anything else today while you're out and about running your errands, make sure as you come across someone, you give them your best smile, because you never know what they've been through, and your smile might be just what they need to turn their day around. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.